The Promised Neverland is a 2019 anime series revolving around a group of orphans living at Grace Fieldhouse. However, it is revealed in the first episode that Grace Fieldhouse isn't an orphanage at all. Instead, it's a human farm where children are raised to be sold as food for the monster society that lives outside the orphanage. The story follows the orphans, led by Emma, Norman, and Ray, as they attempt to escape the orphanage while evading the detection by the mother of the orphanage, Isabella, as well as her aide, Sister Crow. It would be easy to call Isabella a monster, as it is under her supervision that the children are taken to their new homes, which really means turned into food. She is complicit in the deaths of many, many children and opposes the remaining children in their attempts to escape. Despite this, I believe that she is not a monster at all. Instead, she's a victim of a system that treats humans as little more than livestock. Before I continue, I'd like to leave a spoiler warning here for anyone who intends to watch The Promised Neverland themselves. It's a great watch. During this semester, we were given 4 definitions for the term monster. Any creature so ugly or monstrous as to frighten people, any animal or human grotesquely deviating from a normal shape, behavior, and character, any person who excites horror by wickedness, cruelty, etc., and any animal or thing huge in size. When it comes to Isabella, the first and fourth definitions are immediately thrown out as inapplicable. However, things get a little more complicated with the second and third points. One could argue that Isabella does grotesquely deviate from normal human behavior or character, seeing as she has chosen to side with the others, the monsters. This was a result of Isabella's own experience growing up as a child in the orphanage/farm system, which we see in episode 12. When she tries to escape over the wall of the orphanage, much like Emma does earlier in the season, she was faced with the same seemingly insurmountable obstacle, a cliff on the other side of the wall. When faced with the reality of the farm, she chose to live on as a mother. All of her decisions after learning the reality were ultimately made with one goal in mind: continued survival. It wouldn't be fair to say that Isabella's actions grotesquely deviate from normal human character, because when humans are faced with a threat to their own continued well-being, they will often do whatever it takes to survive. Perhaps the definition of monster most fitting of Isabella is a person who excites horror by wickedness, cruelty, etc. Isabella often shifts between her caring, loving, and kind mother persona and a manipulative, cruel, and cunning servant to the monsters. She consistently thwarts Emma's, Ray's, and Norman's attempts to escape, even as going so far as breaking Emma's leg to stop her from attempting to escape again, and shipping out Norman to the monsters. Despite all this, she does genuinely care about the children, albeit in a twisted way. This is shown clearest in episode 8, when she confronts Norma and Emma directly for the first time. Even though she claims that this is the first time talking to them without any of us acting, she makes this statement a few sentences later. But please don't misunderstand. I love you, children. I adore you, truly. I love you as if you were my own children. That's why I'm here. I want you to give up. Give up resisting. Because I love you, I don't want you to suffer. This shows how, even though she loves the children genuinely, she believes that it is possible to truly escape the system without immense suffering. So is Isabella a monster? Despite showing several red flags of a monster, a closer look at her past and motivations shows us that her character is far more complex than a simple monster. She genuinely cares for her children and truly believes that she is acting in their best interest. And when the children finally do escape the orphanage, she isn't angry or desperate to get them back. She accepts defeat gracefully, and as the children run into the unknown, she wishes them the best.